Sikshayati, platform for eminent authors, engaging teachers, successful students. To know more, email. Delivery of goods and payment of price. Sometimes contract specifies delivery of goods and payment of price as reciprocal promises to be performed simultaneously. Willingness of performance. The seller should be ready and willing to give possession of the goods to the buyer in exchange for the price, and the buyer should be ready and willing to pay the price to the seller in exchange for the possession of goods. Reciprocal promise. No promiser shall perform his promise unless the promisee is ready and willing to perform his reciprocal promise. Terms. The parties to the contract can freely determine the time of payment of price and delivery of goods. Therefore, the parties can agree with the term that goods shall be delivered to the buyer immediately at the time of sale, but price shall be paid after such certain days. Such a contract amounts to valid contract. Buyer's duty to demand for delivery of goods. When there is no express contract between the concerned parties regarding delivery, the seller of goods is not bound to deliver them until the buyer asks for delivery. Rules of buyer's demand for delivery. It is the buyer's duty to demand for the delivery of goods within a reasonable time. On demanded by seller to deliver, seller has to deliver the goods immediately. If buyer fails to demand for the delivery of goods, non-delivery of goods by the seller does not amount to any breach of contract, and the buyer cannot take any legal action against the seller. Seller's duty to deliver the goods. It is the duty of the seller to deliver the goods in such a manner having the effect of putting the goods in the possession of the buyer so that the buyer becomes enabled to exercise his control over the goods. Quantity and description of goods delivered. The seller is bound to deliver the quantity of goods in accordance with the terms of the contract of sale. Where the quantity delivered by seller is more or less than the goods contracted for, or mixes the goods of different description, the following provision shall apply. Quantity of goods delivered. Where the quantity delivered by seller is more or less than the goods contracted for, following provisions apply. Excess delivery. Where the seller delivers excess quantity of goods contracted for, the buyer may accept the whole quantity of goods delivered to him or reject the whole quantity of goods delivered to him, or accept the contracted quantity and reject the excess quantity. If he accepts the whole quantity of the goods so delivered, he has to pay for them at the contract rate. Short delivery. If the seller delivers short quantity of goods contracted for, the buyer can accept the goods delivered to him or reject the whole of the goods delivered to him. If he accepts them, he shall pay for them at the contract rate. However, delivery of trifling difference of quantity within reasonable limit is considered as good and valid delivery depending on circumstances or usual trade practices. For example, delivery of 998 books by the printer in case of order of 1000 copies of books. Description of goods delivered. where the quality of goods delivered by the seller is of different description from that specified in the contract, or if the goods of contracted quality are mixed with the goods of some other quality, the buyer may reject the whole of the goods delivered to him, or accept the contracted quality of goods and reject the goods of different quality. Thank you for watching the video. Kindly write your comments. Click on the red subscribe button at the bottom of the video to get more details and free ebook. Email us.